ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Pro Wrestling Review, or NJPW Pro Wrestling Review. I am your co-host, Andre C. Right over here is my co-host, Melba. How you doing today, Melba?
It's a continuation of this weird week where it's like bad stuff is happening and then good stuff kind of evens it out by the end of the night. It's very interesting how this week has kind of been going. But
Yeah.
thank goodness I got my puppy back home. I'm happy about that.
hmm
How are you doing today, my friend?
I'm having a great day. I had a long day at work, and now I'm home and talking some wrestling. Watched a great New Beginning in Osaka show over the last couple days, which we're going to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
But before we get into that, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Please like the video, subscribe down below, hit that bell, and also comment, please. We get a lot of great comments from listeners, so please, the more you comment, the more we want to talk about. So please share it out. We just want to talk. We want to talk to you, and
We
then
want to
share
talk wrestling.
and share the video as much as you can too. And I also want to give a big shout out to our sponsor, Rogue Energy. QR code down there in the bottom right hand corner. Mel always points at it. QR or go to rogueenergy.com and use the code OLEPODS for 10% off your order. But we are going to get into this. It's the New Beginning in Osaka. Uh, Absolutely phenomenal show. Like, there was the two last weekend, and then this one this weekend, this past weekend. Just absolutely phenomenal shows in this tour.
100%, 100%. The last one, I mean, I was like, how are they going to step up from this one? But who?
They
What's
did,
that phrase you say, man?
yeah. Cowabunga, dude.
What?
I don't remember.
Boy, howdy, come
Oh
on.
boy, howdy. Okay, I don't know.
You've got a few. You've been dropping a few. I'll give you that.
It's just random shit that come off the top of my head. And we have a tag team match to start tonight. Is
Mm.
United Empire's Aaron Henare and the Great Okan taking on the team I've named Lubo.
What the heck?
Lubo.
Oh
Oscar
my
Lu, Oscar
goodness.
Leube
Isn't
and
yeah,
Torio.
Leube.
Sorry, Loibo. Whatever. Lubo sounds funnier.
Oh my god. Neither one of those sound great.
the
Oh
team of
goodness.
the team of Oscar Leube and Toriano. I didn't take much for this one. I'll
Mhm.
just say this: Khan likes to choke people with his braid, especially Yano, because every time those guys get in a ring, he chokes Yano with his braid. It's just a simple factor.
I mean, I guess we know his kink, right?
Mm, yes.
Yano
So.
likes tying people up with his tape. Great Khan likes choking people with his hair. I mean, these guys are really a match made in King Kevin there.
I'm
Um,
not kink shaming. I'm not gonna kink shame for it. Like, I'm not. There's no kink shame here. But yeah, I'll say
oh my
the the
goodness.
the friggin' goat chops. Kevin literally mentions the line. He's tenderizing the meat. I when he said that, I'm like, all I could think of was you.
I heard that too, and I'm like, oh, how dare he? But he didn't say titties.
He said the
Didn't say
meat.
titties. So you keep it there, Charlton. We'll be good. Something I wanted to note. I found very amusing about Loibe. Have you noticed his height and
Oh,
like
geez, gigantic.
the differential in the length of his legs versus his torso?
He's got
He
long
look
legs.
Yeah, I wrote down he looks like that stereotypical comic book character with like the big long stacked legs. You look up to him and he's just sitting there triumphant with his little cape flapping in the wind. I actually no. Edna Mode said no capes. So we're gonna do no capes. But like I thought that was amazing. And for me, with his now little bit length of hair there, he's kind of looking like a Superman there. I'm pretty happy with that. Um, I did have a question about I love the United Empire, obviously. Um, why did Hinare fist Yano's booty hole?
I don't know. I literally wrote that down. His Khan sat on his head on top turnbuckle, and I punched him in the ass. That's what I wrote. But it's just to fuck with Yano, I guess.
Did you hear what Chris Charlton said though? Oh my goodness, with the commentary with this man, that was right in the bum. So proper, so British.
Right in the bum.
Here we are sitting here, trashy North American. He just fisted his ass. And here's Chris Charlton. That was right in the bum.
You said fists at the ass. I just said punch him in the ass.
Because that's what it was.
That's a very different thing.
I mean, I saw what I saw. And I had,
I didn't.
unfortunately, a camera right on Yano's butt to see that happen.
I
Ooh, yeah.
didn't see what you're saying we saw, but
Yes,
but
you
in the
did.
end, Henare plants Leube with the rampage and gets the
Mhm.
but does a kneel in the chest to get the win.
Yeah, yeah. It actually looked like it cranked Leube under the jaw. He got so much height on that. That looked nasty. I actually thought that was going to be the end of it, but when he followed it up with the rampage, I was like, that was unnecessary. It was still cool, but it was unnecessary.
Yeah, very much so. So we move on to an
Mm.
8-man tag, and I thought we were done with the whole Naito Umino thing, but I guess they want to continue it for a little while longer, and I'm just like,
Shota still does, yeah.
ugh, I don't
Naito
know.
doesn't seem to care the heck less. He's almost
I don't know.
ignoring him now. Shota's almost like la 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 la, like a little kid poking, "Daddy, look at me! Daddy, look at me! Daddy, look at me!" And Naito's just like, "I'm gonna brogue kick you soon."
To me, the story of this match was Sanada versus Honma for to be the NJPW world model. That was the story of this match. That is Kevin was talking about it, and
Mhm,
I'm
mhm.
all in. That is the story of this match, man.
Okay, okay. I mean, let's be honest here. Hamna having arguably one of the best builds in the ring next to Shota and Sanada, right? So
Mm-hmm.
like, and like he was greased up. Like this guy was slick.
Well,
Like
yeah,
so much so he got
he's
out of the Paradise Lock.
yeah, that was the big spot I think of the whole thing was him just be able
Mhm.
to escape Paradise Lock because he greases. And then if you notice Naito when he came over and was hitting him, he went ew and like wiped it on his
Throughout the whole
shirt.
time, yeah.
Yeah, but
Great story.
it was a fun little 8-man tag in the end.
Mm.
Great suicide dive by Bushi to Umino on the outside, and Hiromu hits the time bomb on Taguchi to get the
Mhm.
win. Didn't see
So
much of Tiger Mask in this one.
I was gonna say I forgot he was in the match at one point
I
just
don't
because
think
he
he was
wasn't
ever.
active.
I don't think he ever legally tagged in.
He did for a little bit
Oh,
at the beginning after Hamna.
oh, okay. I just don't
Yeah.
remember. I have nothing written about his time in the ring.
Yeah,
Nothing.
it was not long and prosperous.
But I think
um.
the big news coming out of this match is the post match. Like more than
Oh yeah,
anything,
Toromu. Yes.
for Hiromu, Leo Rush pops up on the screen, and he's got dude. You could see that scar right here from where he
Mm-hmm.
got busted open. That was that looked rough.
Mm-hmm.
And Leo Rush challenges Hiromu for the junior title. Hiromu accepts, and officially, this match has been made for the New
Mm-hmm.
Japan Cup Finals.
It has. It has. I'm excited for that. And I'm not the biggest fan of Bad Child's attitude, but I'm a big fan of Bad Child's like in ring
Mm-hmm.
performance and ability. So that's going to be a fun match. And Hiromu's a little spastic right now. I think that they could work some good story going into this one.
Oh,
Um,
I think they have a great match.
mm-hmm. Well, something I wanted to note at the beginning of this one actually was as the intros were happening. What kind of started the shenanigans with Hontai there, specifically with Shota Umino there and Mr. Taguchi. Shota dancing and clapping along to Naito's music and Taguchi playing a Casio, like an inflatable Casio, dun, 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 along with Naito's music was just I absolutely and he went to every side of the ring. And again, Naito paying him no mind because he's El Ingobernable and he just doesn't care. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know why Taguchi has like taken on mimicking Bushi before the beginning of the match. But like it really brings me life. I love it because Bushi's getting so frustrated with it. He's going up and down and folding his arms and unfolding his arms, adjusting his mask, and just It's really, really funny to watch. But Shota also doing the same thing to Naito, seemingly when he was derobing, whipping his stuff off just like Naito, like trying to get Naito's attention. As you mentioned, this is definitely not a saga for Naito that's over. Shota seems to be that little puppy dog that's going to be just jumping in front of him perpetually until he gets pet. And I kind of like the story and the entertainment value of it.
Yeah, we'll
Um,
see. We'll see.
yeah. Other than that, that's all I got on this guy. This was a fun
Yeah.
one.
So we
Two
move
Bushis
on.
in the crowd that I saw. Did you see? Two.
I don't pay attention to the crowd. I don't look for Bushi. That's your job. Move on to the next match, even in the junior heavyweight division. It's Taiji Ishimori taking on Master Wato. Like this was very much a match about Ishimori working Wato's shoulder. Is
Mhm.
what this like whole match was about. There like his handspring flip kick that Ishimori does. If you actually watch it, he kicked the shoulder. Like
Mhm.
usually it looks like a
Mhm.
kick to the head. He legitimately kicked for the shoulder. There
Mhm.
was the La Mystica at one point that he brought Wato down, slamming that shoulder in and really working that shoulder. Um,
Mhm.
dude, and he hit the nasty German, as we like to call it now.
Yeah.
Hit that sliding German out, and then immediately pulls him out and runs him shoulder first into the post. And then
Mhm.
the biggest spot for me in the match was the Rocky Maivia style shoulder breaker that Ishimori hit up, like pulled him in the power slam position and dropped
Yeah.
him into that
And
shoulder.
ripped him.
Oh, I was so happy. I'm like, dude, like it made
Mhm.
me think of the Rock before he
Mhm.
became the Rock, right? Because that was his
Mhm.
finisher, and I just like But yeah, I think these two had a phenomenal match. But like I think Ishimori really stole the win here, hitting that high knee, the lariat, and then getting the bloody cross,
Mhm.
getting that win. I think he really kind of stole it out from Wato there at the end.
I mean, and Wato fought hard this entire
Mm-hmm.
match. These guys were all over the place. I something I hate saying it, but like I really do feel that Ishimori, he again a tremendous, tremendous in-ring competitor and wrestler, but I feel that he really does struggle a little bit with his I don't want to say the character, but like he feels less animated when he's in a singles kind of
Mm-hmm.
style as opposed to when he's in a tag team or a mixed up like multi tag me
I
team.
don't need him to be animated though. Like
I
I need him to get
do.
rid of this
That's why I bring
goddamn
it up.
character. I need
I
this
do.
goddamn character is what I need.
I mean, for me, I like that well-roundedness. When I don't get that kind of character work or development, it for me it starts to feel more or less like a wrestling match and a show, and more of a spot fest. And I don't want that. That's why I moved away from North American style wrestling into the Japanese style. So, and that being said, though, I am under the understanding that that does need to start to be adapted if they are going to start doing transitional stuff. But that being said, North America, start adapting some less spotty shit.
I I I 100% agree with you. Don't get me wrong, I like some of the spot matches, but like you watch the Elite now in their trios matches, and it's just high spot to high spot. Watch that last trios defense they had. Oh, that was like a high spot fest.
Yeah, yeah. See, and that's what I don't like. I like to have that well-roundedness. I like to have those high spots. Don't get me wrong. I mean, that's tremendous as athleticism that you need to put in there. That's what drew us into Will Ospreay, right? But it needs to be balanced. You need to find that proper balance with it. And for me, with Ishimori, without that development, I feel again it almost becomes spotty, which I know is not him. That's
Hmm.
not what he's capable of at all. But
Both
you're
men are
absolutely right
capable of
about
more.
stealing that win.
Yeah,
I definitely thought Watto had it.
yeah, and there was a great spot from Watto. He hit the high angle German that Chris mentioned was a Sukekake German. It was
Yeah.
he's an older wrestler, but just that
Mhm,
high angle and just driving him down the way he
mhm,
did.
mhm.
absolutely just gorgeous. I love that German. I love
Wow.
that he's incorporating classic moves into his set more than just what he
Mhm.
currently has. I've never seen him hit that German before, and it just looked
Mhm.
absolutely phenomenal. I'll say this: I'm a little disappointed by the finish because I really thought this was the start of Wato moving towards Best of Super Juniors to maybe win it and be the guy that takes from Hiromu. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know. I just want to.
Yeah.
I think Wato has something special in him, and I just want to see him succeed.
Mm. I mean, he's already taken such progress, starting with his look, especially like when he first debuted, the blue hair, the blue and pink pants and jacket. It was no bueno,
The
no bueno.
Grand Master.
Yeah, it was not good. It was not a good look. It was not a good deal. It was overshadowed. It overshadowed his talent. Now we're finally starting to see his talent because he's kind of matured into this look. We know how Japan likes to do their stories and their templates for their stories. Just because he did lose this match doesn't mean that he can't go
Oh, I
into the
know,
Super
but it's
Juniors
just
and totally win it. He could be that Cinderella story to kind of come out of it. You never know.
no. That tournament's next month in Stardom. The Cinderella tournament's next month in Stardom. Come on.
Wow, wow. Good one though. Good one.
But we move on to the fourth match of the evening. It is Hiroshi Tanahashi, the ace of New Japan, taking on Kenta. The crowd very split in their chants. Like there was a
Mhm.
Hiroshi chance and there was Kenta chance. There's a Hiroshi chance and there was Kenta chance. I really liked that the crowd was so split for these two because these guys are legends. And
Mhm.
was it Tanahashi like attacked Kenta right at the start, and then Kenta got away and started power walking to get his to shake it off. Oh Jesus! I absolutely
I
give me
I
some
mean,
power
Kenta is
walking.
a gem, really.
Give me some power walking. Come on, I love the power walking.
Yeah.
So good, but
Oh goodness.
like there's so much great hard hitting from both these guys in there. Whereas a Kenta misses with the chair, and Tana drop toe holds him into it, but then Kenta drop toe holds Tana into it. It was like just it was there was some fun goofy shit in there like that spot,
Mhm.
but then there was some like these two when they're chopping when they're exchanging holds, it looks absolutely phenomenal.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm. Mhm.
but in the end, palm strikes by Kenta. Kenta goes for the GT. Oh, I wrote GTA. Weird. GT for the GTS, but Tana hits the sling blade out of the GTS. Like he comes down, sling blade him,
Mhm.
hits another one, hits Aces high, then hits the high fly flow to get the win. I think Kenta's still up in their total fight amount, like 4-2. I think. Like,
Mm.
like
I think so, yeah.
Shota getting the big win here. And again, I expected Kenta to win this, but again,
Mhm.
this is now setting up for what's coming,
Mhm.
which we will talk
Mhm.
about at the end here.
Yeah. Yeah, this one I also thought Kenta was going to have this one. Mind you, like it's for the last like 2.5, 3 years, I've been going like Kenta's gonna win it. Kenta's gonna win. Eventually, he's going to win it, right? Eventually, hopefully. Um, I
maybe the
definitely still
U.S.
think.
title.
Yeah, don't even get me started on that. With this one though, again, like after what happened with Wrestle Kingdom with these two guys, I definitely thought that Kenta was going to be in for some payback on this. Just also because like I don't know if you noticed as much as I did, but like Tana's getting a little stiff. He's getting a little rigid, and I'm very scared that we're maybe at that potentially 5 maybe 10 years at tops. You know, gonna be having Tanahashi, and that kind of scares me. And it was very evident when he was coming down to the ring. Just his back was very stiff getting into the ropes. He had some difficulties getting the runs going. Once he got going, it was like we're good to go. But it was almost like he was like a little bit of a tin man. You needed to oil those joints real quick before we got out there. Again, those open palm strikes by Kento, holy hot diggity, those things are insane. He did. I don't remember seeing the backhand one though.
No, I don't think he hit the backhand strike.
Hmm. It would have been nice to have that Mina Shirakawa reference. Missed opportunity.
But again,
Yeah,
absolutely
you pretty much
phenomenal
mentioned
match.
everything I said.
Yeah, sorry, but again,
No,
absolutely phenomenal match. I had a great
yeah.
time watching this. But again, with Tana, like I, I don't want to see him go into the role, but I think for his own health, he needs to be going into that Nagata Kojima spot where he's the legend, working the undercard matches, working the tags with the young boys. Like, it's not a
He's
shame,
finished the
man. You carried this company for 20 some years.
Mhm,
It's okay to pass the ace title to Okada at this point. It is really okay.
mhm, mhm. I agree. I don't want to have to see him leave on an injury. I want to be able to see him walk away on his own. But
Mhm.
something tells me that Tanahashi is not going to be the one to allow that to
Well,
happen.
not in the next week or so, anyways.
Ooh.
So we move on to the never open weight 6-man tag team match. House of Tortures, Evil Show, and Yujiro Takahashi with Dick Togo taking on El Desperado, Minoru Suzuki, and Ren Narita. I guess House of Torture found those belts. I guess they weren't that lost. Um,
I
so
mean,
there's
they probably spent a lot of money trying to win them back in that poker game that they lost them in.
Yeah, so they had this big brawl at the start. Narita gets taken out on the stage
Mhm.
with the belt shot from I think I can't remember who hit him, but yeah. And again, it was a lot of
Evil was in the front.
able. There was a lot of House of Torture crap in this. It wasn't till
Mm.
close to the end. Narita comes back, and then they're fighting back and forth. Narita gets in. Despy and Suzuki stop the triple team. Yujiro bites his way out of Narita submission, but
Mhm.
he gets it, and then he gets it back in. Togo ends up distracting the ref, enter House of Torture attack, but then Suzuki and Despy make the save and apply their own submissions.
Mhm.
I didn't quite. I think yeah, Suzuki had the octopus and Despy had like his modified stretch muffler that he does. And
Yeah, yeah.
Narita had his modified abdominal stretch, and uh, Yujiro taps out, and we got
Yeah.
champs. I am so happy. I don't have a lot to talk about this because there was so much
Mhm.
House of Torture shit in this match. I don't
Mhm.
have a lot. Like Suzuki, like getting a little run there in the middle of the match, just working
Mhm.
over House of Torture, but then again, Togo screwing everything up and more of the same shit. It's just, and then running him into the bell guy, and it's just like,
Abe-san,
I don't
no.
think it was Abe-san. He said a
Was
different
it
name on
Abe-san?
that. I think Chris said
Oh.
a different another name because he's attacked other bell guys when Abe-san has. I bet you might have said Abe-san, but I can't hit my mic.
Tranquilo.
You know, but yeah, but I'm very happy the title's moved over to the new team
Mhm.
that Suzuki has named after the match, Strong Style.
Sweet, simple, to the point.
I like it
Are
because
they gonna
all
be like stars and start doing the S? Could you imagine Minoru Suzuki coming out there? Na, 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 da, na, na. Oh,
well,
great.
he
I
could
love
be
it.
shouting out. He could be shouting out Suzuki with this.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
His like granddaughter or something. Yeah, this one was really fun. I also noted the moment that Minoru Suzuki cleaned house. I also noted it's really nice to see Minoru Suzuki acting as a face because the crowd is so in love with it, and man, were they popping for this match. Especially when Suzuki demanded it, because
Mm-hmm.
when Suzuki demands it, you listen or bad things happen.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Also, great pop when Narita did finally get tagged into this match. The crowd again just popping a half for him. So happy to see him back. So freaking good. He really is like a teeny tiny younger Shibata. It's incredible to see how many young versions of still active wrestlers that we have. We got a little Shibata, we got a little Tanahashi.
Sort of active in Shibata.
I mean, Shibata's still kind of producing though, isn't he? He's like part-time wrestling, but he's producing
he's
in
like he's
Strong.
like he's like peak. I'm gonna call him peak. So he wrestles a couple times a year. You know.
He's like Brock Lesnar, but funner. Um, where was I? Oh, I did want to say one nice thing about House of Torture to keep my karma in check. Um, Yujiro Takahashi, his Fisherman Buster is actually really, really good. Yes, it was. You can sit there all you. It was
It's
good.
too
It was
slow.
crisp.
It's
It
so
was good.
slow.
It doesn't matter. He didn't break anybody, and the most important part, he didn't mess it up. It looked good. And it just shush. Let me keep my karma in check, right? This is not for yours. You can sit there with karma all you want. I'm good without the bitch.
Oh, I'll go sit with her.
Um,
She's awesome.
Aw. Yeah, that was the only thing I had to say there.
There we
Good
go.
job, guys.
So we move on to the loser leaves Japan match. Jay White with Gato versus Hikuleo with Jado. Tanahashi on commentary for this because I think he was just like, you know what, I'm gonna go down and hopefully one of my biggest rivals leaves the goddamn company. I thought for me, I think this was Jay White making Hikuleo look like a goddamn star.
Mhm.
Like the sell job that Jay was doing, but then like working the knee the way he did of Hikuleo.
Mhm.
So it gave and Hikuleo's comeback from the knee injury in this match absolutely phenomenal. I wouldn't say this is
Mhm.
like a 5-star match, but like I would it's I put it towards the bottom of my list for current matches that I have for
Mhm.
matches of this year. Because again, my list isn't
Mhm.
crazy long yet, and this was a really enjoyable match. The next two
Mhm.
do are above it for me personally, but
Mhm.
like two I thought did a really great job in building a guy in Hikuleo. That's I think the real point of this match is how good Hikuleo did in his selling and his ability to create this an amazing babyface comeback and
Mhm.
coming in like from coming back from the knees and really taking it to Jay, and then Jay just being this Shawn Michaels bumping machine for Hikuleo when he would hit him. He went down,
Mhm.
he's like it felt like I was watching Michaels in the '90s, where he guys would hit him and he would go down in such a way that you would believe that person killed him. It's
Yeah.
just so good.
Mhm. Mhm. Something I really enjoyed was the at the beginning when White was really letting Hikuleo kind of throw him around. Right at that
Hmm.
like beginning kind of part, right before they went on to the outside, and White would eventually gain that upper hand. I really did not expect Hikuleo to toss White into the chairs in the crowd. That was
It's
pretty crazy.
that's very rare
Um,
from New Japan to see them go into the crowd itself.
yeah, yeah, especially like before COVID, not so much. It was quite, a lot more prolific. But since everything has come back from COVID, I think this was the first time I in New Japan that I'd seen someone go into in the chairs for a really long time. Stardom would
And
see it all the time.
And Chris did make a mention that this was originally supposed to be a cheering event, so there was like space seating, but then a
Mm.
few days ago, they lifted all the restrictions, or they've lifted a lot more restrictions, I guess, in Japan.
Oh,
But they had
good.
already had the seating set for this show, so they couldn't because this place is only about little over half full, I want to say, because there were
Okay.
certain sections that weren't cheering sections that they could pack more people into, and
Oh.
so they still had a big ass crowd in this place. But I guess like,
Mm-hmm.
that's what Chris said. He said that they had
Could have been
lifted more
bigger.
restrictions, so there wasn't the need for social distancing for cheering anymore. I guess there's
Mm-hmm.
still masks and all that other stuff, but I guess their social distance cheering thing, I maybe at least in this arena has been
Mm-hmm.
lifted. I don't know if it's everywhere, but he said something about the about more restrictions being lifted, and they couldn't fill it in time because of it. It was only a couple days ago, so they couldn't
Mm.
change up ticket sales. But yeah,
That sucks. Could have made more money.
well, at least they're going to be able to now.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. I really did also enjoy the ending here. With Hikuleo pretty much staring down at Jay White, and Jay White doing the desperate two sweets there before being rock and socked there. Having
Hmm.
surprise, I did not expect this. Maybe I kind of did, but I did not expect it to be in such a dramatic way. Maybe I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the ending of this match with Hikuleo defeating.
I'm not
Right.
surprised. I don't know like if I like it because I
Mhm.
don't want Jay to leave, but
Mhm.
it's not surprising to me because and not to say he's done everything, but he's won. Like, the only thing he hasn't won is tag titles. He's won the Never. He's won the U.S. He's won the World. Like real, and he
Mhm.
lost the World to Okada. Really, there's no. I don't see him in a top championship spot for the next year or two. So for
Mhm.
him, go explore, see what AEW is willing to pay you, see what WWE
Mhm.
is willing to pay you. Just like I think if he goes to the Fed, I think he gets the AJ Styles treatment. He goes straight to the main roster because this like
Mhm.
his character is like he's not going to be exactly the same because he's going to have some restrictions put on him in the WWE because get it clean it up a little. Not really
Yeah,
that
I was gonna say his colorful language will not fly on
but
Peacock.
this guy has an amazing talking ability, an amazing
Mhm.
charisma that he can make a real star in WWE. So it doesn't surprise me that he took the loss,
Mhm.
and I think it just makes Hikuleo look that much bigger for beating this guy who just lost the world championship like a month and
Mhm.
a half ago, and sending him out of this company like this. It's huge, like
Mhm. Mhm.
absolutely huge. And I think it, but that ending, just the way they did it, I was impressed. Like it was like holy
Mhm.
crap, and just him staring at like daggers into the eyes, does the too sweet, and then choke slams the shit out of him.
Mhm.
But like
Mhm.
after
I never
Hikuleo,
saw Hikuleo derobing.
yeah, ripping the thing open, I didn't know it could rip open.
That's how Thomas is.
Yeah, but his doesn't his looks more just like a
His
pullover
doesn't look
shirt.
like Thomas, I know.
Doesn't even look as good as Chado's.
But like he looks jacked. He's looking great in comparison to what he was before, like when
Oh,
he was
very
wrestling
much so, very
strong.
much so. He has a ways to go to even get to Jackdo territory, but
but
I have to,
but look at
I
those
have,
arms. He's on his way.
yeah, I have to really shout out Jay after the match. Like
Mm,
when he's laying in the ring, just looking so like oh my god, it's over. Like he's
mm-hmm,
so dejected. But then Gato helps him out, and they go around. They go past the commentary, and Tanahashi is there,
mm-hmm,
and they kind of look at each other. They say some stuff to each other, and they fist bump. Like this is like a guy saying goodbye. Like, all right, we're good. See you later, buddy. Like I was just like, oh, I actually really like. I love that. I don't know why. It seems so out of place, especially for New Japan.
especially
That
for Jay.
and I was like, oh, this guy like is like it's almost like he broke. You know what I mean? After they'll take the loss, almost
Mm-hmm,
like he just it's something fractured in him, and he's just like, all right, see you later, man. And fist bumps him. It was really that. I don't know. I really liked it. Yeah,
It was a very fun way to end this one for sure, and it does feel like the end of a temporary end of an era right now.
Switchblade
He,
era.
yeah, he'll be back. He'll be back eventually, I'm sure.
I think so. Like he, could I see him going and signing a 3-year deal with WWE? Yeah, because they're going to pay him the most amount of money. If it's the money for him,
Hmm.
he's going to WWE. If it's wanting to make a good amount of money but get more exposure in the states, yeah, it's AEW.
Hmm.
But I just with being with the way New Japan really does do their go with their endings, their stipulations. I don't see him returning anytime within this year, at least. If he doesn't go
Oh
to,
no, 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 no,
yeah,
no,
at least for a year or
no.
two, he's gonna be gone. At least,
100%, hundred
yeah,
percent.
yeah. Anything else?
Mm-mm. No,
Yeah.
sad.
So we move on to the next, the semi-main event of the evening. It's for the Never Openweight Championship. It is Tamatonga with Jado taking on El Phantasmo. These two, holy crap! Like I think
Hmm.
El Phantasmo pulled wrestling out that he's never goddamn done in his life. Like just the like I've seen this guy wrestle incredibly. I've seen him wrestle a couple times in person, and he's an incredible
Mhm.
professional wrestler. But I think he stepped it up another notch in this one. There was one great spot where ELP did the Tongan twist,
Mhm.
and Chris Charlton called it the Canadian twist. I'm like, you idiot, maple twist, maple twist,
Yeah, come
because
on. I didn't even hear that. That'd be great.
he spent all those times in the forests of Vancouver kicking maple trees. That is literally what Chris said way back, was kicking maple trees.
Missed opportunity.
Come on,
Missed
Chris.
opportunity.
Come on, Chris. But like, dude, these two, the gun stun reversals from ELP, just
Mhm.
the pure athleticism out of Tama Tonga. Like, there's so much happened. This is 27 minutes long. I'm not gonna
Mhm.
go over all the moves because it's just so much. But like, dude, these two just killed it. Was it Tama trying to go for the J Driller and ELP turning it into a Styles Clash?
Mhm.
And this is the line where Kevin says the double, because Chris called it a double underhook pile driver when Tam was trying to do it, and this is where Kevin goes, no, he goes the double underhook pile driver will always be known as the J Driller now because it was moved by like it was J
Right, right, right.
finisher. So to me, yeah, that move should just be called the J Driller going forward by anybody who does it. But I
Mhm.
love that he said that. Was it
Mhm.
Tama hitting the Bloody Sunday on because like he went from Styles' move to Balor's move. I love
Mhm.
it, but in the end, Tama getting hits the gun stun, but ELP kicked out because there was a little bit of a pause before he got the pin there,
Mhm.
and ELP kicked out. So Tama hit the J Driller, gets the win. Holy crap! This match it easily made my list.
Mhm.
Not up to the
Mhm.
top, but it's on my list.
Yeah, this one was really, really fun. ELP definitely packed on the muscle for this one. Looking very comparable to Tamatonga. And like I think that we were at the same show when he wrestled here in, was it
Hmm.
Edmonton?
Yeah, it was
When
a four-way match with
yeah,
Sweet
he
Daddy
was
Soul and two other
half
guys.
that size at least.
Because
Like
like two,
tiny.
because I remember him and Sweet Daddy Soul doing the old
The
school and like
walk around the
both
ropes, yeah.
walking entirely around the ring, like at the same time.
Hmm.
I remember that,
I
and he
got some
was a lot
pictures of
thinner.
that, yeah. Yeah.
He was a
Good
lot.
times, good times.
He was running his. He was still in the junior division at that point. Come on.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, this is not the junior division, no. Well, it's the never open weight division, so juniors and
But he did officially enter the heavyweight division last
he
year,
did.
going into G1. So
He
yeah,
did. He did. Really, really felt that this was a very emotionally charged match. They both had the same haircut too, even though ELP shaved his head to look like Shingo. They both had the faux hawk mullet thing. What I
sort of.
don't
Yeah.
understand kids nowadays and their silly haircuts, but just yeah. Anyway, this one was fun with the outside stuff. Tama ending up backhanding the ring post. ELP jumping out of the way while Tama ends up crossbodying into the ring like what am I trying to say? The
The
barricades,
barricade, like into the crowd barricade too.
and then crushing a couple fans.
Like scaring. He's literally because even Chris said it in the next match when Okada and Takagi were doing outside barricade spots. Some fans that they were just doing the inside the ring barricades. A couple fans when they whipped them, they bailed out of their seats because they were scared they were that Takagi was going to go over and hit into them because they got scared off the last match.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So like this was pretty crazy. ELP really working over that arm of Tomatonga, and then Tomatonga really working over the leg of ELP there. Um the this whole match was just like, I think Chris Charlton was the one who said it was an absolute roller coaster. It was just every near fall you were just on the edge of your seat, just biting your fingernails. I didn't bite them hard enough, obviously, but it was so nerve wracking every time one of them went for a pin. You're like, oh my god, it was just amazing. It was such a gripping match. for me.
Yeah,
Hands right.
absolutely amazing. Like these two easily made my list for this year.
Mhm.
Like, dude, killer match.
100%.
And move on to the main event of the evening, which to me exceeded the last match because and like I've watched these two wrestle so many times, so I was kind of going to this like, okay, another Shingo Ospreay match, gonna be good. I'm gonna enjoy it, but like, especially coming off the last match, I was like, okay, what? Okay, that's cool. And goddamn, did these two just deliver again? It was very much an Okada match where the first 15 to 20 minutes were a bit slow. Plot there were a lot of rest holds working over each other, things like that. Again, but
Mhm.
they went 32 minutes. So like you're not going to expect them to go full steam for 32 straight minutes. But again, it was you can see with a
Mhm.
lot of Okada matches that go 30, the first 15 to 20, it's around the 15 to 20-minute mark where it really starts to pick up. And these two just the lariats from freaking Takagi, dude. Um,
I noted those also.
Okada doing the drop kick, knocking Chiko Takagi off the top. Like
Mhm.
these two just
Mhm. Mhm.
Shingo doing a GTR, like a rope assisted GTR. Like that was like
Yeah.
what? I was like very surprised. Involving it up with a major in Japan for two, and then he
Mhm.
got that or as Chris called it, Takagi Driver 98, where it was like where he pulled him in, crossed the arms behind the back, and lifted him up, and then
Oh
just
yeah.
dropped down almost in a tombstone, but Okada landed on like the upper back part. That
Yeah.
was
Yeah. Great move.
yeah,
Fantastic move. I
yeah,
love
dude,
the dragon. From the
yeah,
moment I
just
saw him come into this company, I was like, guy's a champion. Just you
oh
wait
yeah.
and see.
And then like there's a spot where Takagi hit his finisher last of the dragon, but he hit
Mhm.
it and then Okada like like
Mhm. Mhm.
rolled, so he had to like
Mhm. Mhm.
yeah,
100%. 100%.
yeah. But in the end, just like crazy, just so much crazy. There's dragon suplexes, enziguris, Okada drop kicks, the spinning rainmaker. Um, Okada gets a lariat with Takagi was going for his pumping bomber,
Mhm.
or the axe bomber, and hits the Cobra Flosion, and then gets the rainmaker and gets the win. Like all star, like classic. It's a classic match, man. It's so good.
It was.
I think it's
It
at
was.
number 5 or 6 on my list right now.
Wow. Yeah, this one was absolutely incredible. Kind of on the opposite end with you for the expectations, though. I knew they would pull it out. I knew they would pull
Oh,
out something unique and different from because that's just what these two guys do. That's why Okada's the champion. That's why the Dragon was so sought after in New Japan and why he's had the career he has. And the match, like it's just like him and Will Ospreay. Him and Will Ospreay will always have banger classics because these guys are just so creative and so unique. Um, Okada though, kind of a dick at the beginning there when they went on the outside, putting Takagi's head through the barricade there and giving it a little old a kickaroony. The crowd did not like that.
I think
Not like
Okada. I think he
that.
did a good job establishing himself kind of as the heel in this match to
He
put
did.
Takagi in the babyface role.
I mean, and it makes sense too. I mean, Okada was in full black.
Hmm.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Was the I for some reason I don't know if I remember was the jacket on Okada new? I don't remember seeing the money print pattern on it before,
Yeah,
or
but
was
it's
it just
still
the light?
it doesn't really matter for me. The look still no matter what he colors that shit, it still looks terrible. It still looks
You're not a
terrible on
fan
him.
of the jacket, yeah. And
It's
they
the
were both
jacket
wearing
itself.
Inoki jackets today, or
Hmm.
EOK jackets.
But
Yeah.
at least Takagi, it's not as regular. It's not as normal. It's more just I'm doing a tribute to the guy.
Mhm.
Well, I faced the guy. This is essentially the next Inoki. Yeah, but
Yeah,
I can't
yeah.
stand that style. Ugh.
You mentioned that. You mentioned that. Okay, the one last thing I have is the first time Okada got that money clip in. Really enjoyed the desperation moves from Shingo there. Flopping towards the rope, punching Okada as best he could, still getting overpowered though in this one. But then feeding that wicked lariat to Okada right after. Like, hot dang, that guy just hits hard. For how little he is, he's really a little dude after my own heart.
It's not that little. He's only a couple inches shorter than Okada, and he's bigger. He's more jacked than Okada, that's for sure.
I thought Okada looked bigger, but that's just me.
I think it's just the height and stuff. It throws it off, but like Kagi is. I think he's stockier than Okada. I never thought he was a junior in the first place. When he was in the junior division, he didn't look small enough to be a junior.
On that we can agree. On that
But
we can agree.
we're gonna get the post match here. Okada
Mhm.
thanks to Kagi for an incredible match. He then turns attention to Tanahashi, who's still at ringside, challenges him to come and face him in San Jose at Battle in the Valley on the 18th, which we will be watching. I'm so excited for that show. We're gonna be watching over Discord. We're gonna be watching it with a couple friends of ours. So I'm excited. It's gonna be a great time.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
I noticed Tanahashi missing his front teeth. Did you notice that?
Yeah, that was from Kenta, wasn't it?
It could be, but again, but usually he's got falsies in.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe I saw that on Twitter, and I didn't read too much of it because it was all written in Japanese. But Kenta was tagged in it, so I assume based on that Kenta probably, literally and figuratively, kicked his teeth out.
That is very, very, very possible. So before we, God damn it, you stupid thing. I want to quickly go over a couple of shows we're going to be watching on the next thing. We're going to go through this quickly because there's a video I also want to play as part of this that came out today from Noah, and it just makes me so goddamn happy.
Oh, okay.
Just going to quickly go over a couple. We're going to be watching Battle of the Valley this coming weekend, which
Hmm.
we'll be doing a report on next week. Battle of the Valley will feature uh, Alex Coughlin versus JR Kratos. Let's go Android. Gotta love him.
Upgrade your freaking eyeballs, though.
Yeah, return of David Finlay to New Japan. To our eyes, watching him on New Japan versus Bobby Fish. This is going to be an absolutely incredible match because, dude, both
Mm.
these guys are absolutely incredible professional wrestlers.
Hmm.
And then we got eight-man tag: Josh Alexander, Mascara Dorado, Rocky Romero, and what's the other guy? Adrian Quest taking on Kushida, Kevin Knight. I can't. What's his?
Volador Jr.
Volador Jr. and the DKC. I didn't know who the other guy was, but I
Oh,
guess.
that's a
And
Mexican.
then he's hopping right back to Japan for a few days later to join the CML Fantastic
The
Mania tour. So
Fantastic Mania. Yay. I love
we're
me
gonna
some
cover it.
Volador
I'm
Jr.
happy to cover it, but there's 6 shows in 7 days. That's a lot of wrestling. I'm gonna have to
Your
cherry pick.
girl got this.
I'm gonna have to cherry pick matches on each show. I'm
Your
not gonna be
girl
able to watch
got
all of it,
this.
and you can cover the rest. I'm gonna cherry pick the ones I want to see
Mm,
and, on each night, and then you can cover the rest.
if Volador's in it, I got it.
uh,
Got it.
then we have Fred Rosser versus Kenta for the strong openweight
Oh,
championship.
yes. Yes.
So, dude, it's gonna be so
There's going to
good.
be a lot of slapping.
Motor City
Cool.
Machine Guns versus West Coast Wrecking Crew. You're, you're not a
Senior
big fan
Fringe.
of Jor-El Nelson, but
Senior Fringe is okay. I don't mind
yeah,
him.
yeah, and versus strong openweight tag team titles on the line. Westwood, those titles are about to get very filthy, baby. You got Eddie Kingston versus Jay White, but this match is up in the air because Eddie Kingston had to pull out of Defy this past weekend due to an injury. So,
Is this would that be like this is the second time that this has been set up, isn't it? Or
oh yeah, the Rumble on 44th Street, I think they faced off at too.
but did he not make it to that, or did he get sick or something?
Oh, there was supposed to be a match after that, and he got sick or something. Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Yeah, yeah. This will be good. This will be good.
If we have to miss it again, I'm gonna be a little annoyed because, like,
I mean, Eddie, figure your issue out.
yeah, I don't know what it is. Filthy Rules match: Homicide versus Tom Lawler. No ropes. Go Tom Lawler. You're my boy. Come on, Tom Lawler. Yeah, my boy Tom
Certainly
Lawler.
looks a lot different in person without the beard, doesn't he? Like quite dapper.
God,
I mean,
without the beard,
Pat
he
sure
has a
liked
very
his
different look.
butt.
Yeah, he doesn't look as filthy without the beard.
He does not. He does not. He looked pretty clean cut. He looked Yeah, whatever the good version of filthy would be on that one.
Non-filthy. Clean. You look clean, I guess.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, yeah.
Then we got an absolutely phenomenal New Japan World
Oh,
Championship match. Zack Sabre Jr. defending against Clark Connors, who we want here in Alberta so god
heck
dang
yeah.
badly. I want Zack Sabre Jr. here in Alberta, but that ain't never gonna happen.
He would freeze. He would freeze
Yeah,
there.
dude, I can't wait for this. This is gonna be an absolute phenomenal 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Does that mean that this is going to be a free match that everyone can watch on NJPW World?
I not live, but I think it'll be posted. It won't be live, obviously, but it'll be posted
Mm-hmm.
after on New Japan World for free. I think it should be
Mm-hmm.
because they said all world title
World
television title
title
matches
match,
should
yeah.
be are going to be free. It's their television title, so
Mm.
world is their television. It's supposed to be free. Semi-main event of the evening: Kyrie defending her IWGP Women's Championship against Mercedes Moné. That's going to be so good.
Moaning. This is going to be amazing. This is going to be really, really good. I'm looking forward to seeing the move that we were supposed to see at her debut.
I can't wait. If she, I'm hoping, but I'm praying her and Kyrie have gotten together and just done it once, just so we don't get it messed up. I really do.
Yeah, you know, that's probably all the situation really was, is that they didn't know what was going on.
And the thing is, I know these two can communicate because she worked with
Okay.
her in WWE. So
Mm.
there is not a communication breakdown.
No.
So
It was just a miscommunication.
and then your main event of the evening, it is Battle in the Valley. The Battle in the Valley is Kazuchika Okada taking on Hiroshi Tanahashi for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. And Okada did say during that speech, "This is your last chance."
Mm.
At least as long as Okada's champ, I guess.
I mean, the last time he had the belt, he had it for quite some time. So, yeah, considering what we mentioned earlier about Tanahashi and his potential health and ability there. We'll see how not easy Okada is on Mr. Tanahashi there. This is going to be hard for him, I think.
And then quickly, want to highlight we have Battle in the Valley. We have the
Yes.
layout. You got Sanada and Taiji will face Kenta in the next second round. You have Naito and El Phantasmo with Chase Owens getting a bye. That's a one. I'm like, what the hell? That's the weirdest bye of them all. You got Narita versus Evil, and you got Jeff Cobb getting the bye on that bracket. You got Yano versus Mark Davis, with Ospreay getting the bye. So we may get Mark Davis versus Will Ospreay in the second round.
Mm-hmm.
Then you've got Yoshihashi and Kyle Fletcher, and the Hiroki Goto getting the bye there. Then you've got Takagi versus Henare, with Tamatonga getting the bye there. Champion should get a championship bye, I guess. David Finlay returning to New Japan proper, baby. Yes. Taking on Tomohiro Ishii. That's going to be nuts. And
Mm-hmm.
Great Khan getting the bye into the second round. Shobara Umino, I'm totally missing who the bottom couple are because we
Zack
have.
Sabre Jr.
Oh yeah, Saber Jr. is at the bottom. Shota Umino and Yujiro Takahashi. I can't see it because on my screen it's not showing me because of the
Mm-hmm.
QR code and stuff. But yeah, with Saber getting the bye to the second round with Shota Umino and Yujiro Takahashi, I really hope Umino wins that match because Umino is a Saber.
Oof.
And then quickly, one more thing because I want to talk about it because the video came out today. We're gonna be watching. I'm planning to watch the show, and I'm gonna talk about this couple matches on the show. I want to talk about Gato and Ishimori versus. This is the Noah Last Love show, which is the Muto retirement show. You got Gato and
Oh,
Ishimori taking on Nasawa Rangai and Mazada. That's gonna be a weird ass match. Like, I don't know what to expect from this. There's an incredible Tokyo Joshi Pro 8-woman tag that I am insanely looking forward to on that show because I haven't seen a lot. I've seen Maki Ito, I've seen Mizuki, I've seen Yuka Zakazaki, but most of these girls I haven't. And I can't wait to watch this match because it can be more Japanese women's wrestling. So I'm excited for that one.
Mm-hmm.
Hiromu Takahashi versus Amasuka, the junior champ versus the junior champ. This is going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the next match is where I'm going to play a video here for you guys. Kazuchika Okada versus Kaito Kiyomiya. So I'm going to play a video here that.
I know exactly.
And he will represent strong. Oh, Okada's in the ring. Rainmaker. Oh, the Rainmaker sends him down.
cut that clip because I kept it at 8 seconds because usually we get in trouble. You can get in trouble for things over 8 seconds. So I kept it to 8 seconds. Boom. Okada making a gosh dang statement at the Big Noah show before this last Love show. Holy crap, dude. I'm excited. Like,
yeah, that video is actually like I posted that exact video on my Instagram story today with the caption, Mr. Kaito, you F around, you find out, you effed around, you found out. Um, I absolutely like, obviously it's total work here, but man, oh man, oh man, this story and the climax of it is just going to be unreal. Oof, it's gonna be great. It's
and
gonna
the
be
thing
great.
is, I think it almost overshadows the main event
It
of
really
KG.
does.
Like, Naito showed up because KG was on commentary at that show. Naito showed up to confront him while he was on commentary and trying to sell it even bigger. But like Okada and Kiyomina, I think overshadows this. But this is KG Muto's last match. I mean, like, this guy's a legend. He's not that great anymore because he's old. He's running slower. His knees are really bad. Supposedly, he has two torn quads going into this. So Naito's got a lot of work to do here, in my opinion, to really seal that. But I plan to watch it. I'm going to send you my Wrestle Universe login so you can watch at least the last 3 matches on that show, if not the women's tag, because that's going to be awesome. But yeah, absolutely phenomenal. We got so much more coming for you from New Japan Puro Wrestling Review.
That's going to be exciting. I can't wait to review that.
Me too.
So, my friend, are we coming to the end of our video now?
We are.
Ooh, are there any sponsors that you want to shout out before I get into my sloppy?
Right there on the bottom, rogueenergy.com. You scan the QR code, use code OLEPODS for 10% off your order. And absolutely phenomenal stuff. Got my Mina Shaker-Kawa right here, but I'm out of Rogue Energy. I got to order some. I need some more of that blue raspberry you gave me.
Ooh, yeah.
So good.
So good.
But because with OLE Pods, you might be wondering, what the heck? That's our good buddies over at our local establishment. Thank you for being awesome partners to us. And catch them on twitch.tv/our local establishment, where you can find me this upcoming weekend talking some Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantum Mania. It's coming up this Saturday or Sunday. We haven't set a date quite yet because it's Monday for us as we record this. We haven't set a date yet which day we're going to be streaming on, and we're going to be doing a live stream talking about it. There will be spoilers, ladies and gentlemen, so be prepared for that. We will put it up on the bottom when we start talking about that stuff. But I can't wait. It's me, myself, and Old Ed, and possibly a guest. We're still in negotiations. I know we might have a special guest on that show. So
a beautiful natural guest.
But we'll see you on that time. Again, it's all about the schedules. So, but yeah, and you can also find them also on Instagram and TikTok at OLE Pods, and then on YouTube.com/at our local establishment. And then you may be watching us on Mike the Rest Backbreaker Video. And if you are, thank you so much for tuning in. So youtube.com/at Backbreaker Video, twitch.tv/Mike the Ref, where Mike does so much great gaming stuff where he plays games. I was in there tonight as we recorded this. I was in there tonight hanging out with him for a little bit before we did the stream. And you can find all those streams reposted at youtube.com/at Backbreaker_gaming. Find them there. And if you are watching us on Backbreaker Video, please check out right over here Andre and Melball. I don't never do the angles right. Andre and Melball Wrestling Talk on YouTube at youtube.com/at Andre and Melball Wrestling Talk. Please check that out, ladies and gentlemen. We love all the support that you guys have given us, all the likes, all the subscribes. Please please give us a like, subscribe, more likes and subscribe, and please comment down below because we love having conversations with you guys.
We like to talk our wrestling. And my friend, if we are wanting to find you on social media, where are we going to find you?
Still haven't updated because I'm just crazy. Twitter at that Canada guy, Instagram at that Canada dude, Hive and Mastodon at that Canada guy.
If you're wanting to follow a Melball, you can follow her on Twitter at Collins Melball, or you can follow her on Instagram, Facebook, and Mastodon at Melball Collins. You can also find both Andre and myself on Andre and Melball's Wrestling Talk on Facebook there. We're always posting all kinds of stuff, including links to our latest shows, random chats, and stuff like that. I usually indicate who's talking in the intro there.
I just decided to randomly point at you. I was just pointing at you for no reason.
Point back at you. What the frick? Now you got me confused. Also, if you're wanting to watch NJPW, we will leave a link in the description box below. It is njpwworld.com. It is 990 yen, approximately $10 Canadian, depending on your currency and stuff. If you're American, it might be a little less for you. 750, is that what you're saying there?
Yeah. I'm just miming shit at this point, just for fun.
Oh, let the chaos ensue on Porasu Review. That rhymed. Poet and I didn't know it. Day before Valentine's. Who would have thought? Anyhow, that being said, Andre, I am your Mel Ball. That is Andre over there. We will see you next time. Adios.